that anymore. Hello, Littermates. I think I am out of focus. Do I look out of focus to you guys? I look out of focus to me. Yeah, the camera's having some issues. This is going to suck because TK is actually not watching the show tonight, which means I have to call him. So one moment while I get Murray on the phone for you guys. How is everyone? Welcome to another Boss Kitty's world. I'm so glad to be here with you. Let's just call Murray up real quickly. You can barely hear me. Okay. One moment. Let me just mute myself. We'll figure this out. Really low. So many pretties on screen. You can barely hear me. You can't hear me. We're working on the volume right now. How is everybody? Hello, my loves. It's so good to see all of you. Maybe it's my glasses that are just really dirty and you all just, I look out of focus. Who knows? Maybe. We'll see. I don't understand. You want to dump the yarn on the ground and make yarn angels. You can. You like the purple vibe that's going on with that? TK's got mood lighting on my yarn because it doesn't give off a mood all on its own. I am not muted right now. No, I was muted briefly. Let me know if that sounds better. I'm in the right space as far as our audio mixer shows. It's got me in the green/yellow. So I should be fine. If you're really close to the mic, you can hear you. But it's hot.
Super hot.
Oh, okay. So is it better if I'm over here? Because this is normally where I talk. TK's fixing it. Oh, it's so nice to have a producer. How is everybody? How's everybody's month been? I've missed you all. Some of you I saw because we did our Patreon exclusive event that we do. Gain is a bit much. I sound robotic.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yarn Angels work for you. TK's working on it, you guys. So we're just going to sit here and shoot the shit so that he can hear me jibber jabber while he fixes it. And you guys know this would not be a Boss Kitty show without audio issues, right? Not as hot, but too quiet when I'm away from the mic. Okay, we'll get that fixed. So we've got a lot of stuff to go over tonight. My apologies if I sound nasally. Once you can hear me, I'm getting over a head cold. I'm going to show you guys the fiber that we decided to use as the specialty fiber for the box sets, and it'll be kind of a test to see if we can maybe carry it on the reg because it's gorgeous. I've got some hand spun I want to show off. I'm going to show you guys 2 of the box set colorways, which is really exciting. If you don't know what the hell I'm talking about, we are dropping our box set next week. It's a Jim Henson-inspired one. You okay? Is it robotic?
I don't hear the problem, but or see the problem.
Okay, maybe there's not a problem anymore. Now there's an echo. Abby Normal says there's an echo.
Nothing has changed. I have not moved any.
The fibers, the dreamers, and you box set. Yes, that is correct. It's all going to be Jim Henson inspired. We've got some Muppets in there. We've got some Fraggle Rock. We've got some Dark Crystal. We have, what else do we have? We have Labyrinth. We haven't finished all the colors yet, and I'm debating on if I want to put a Farscape color in there because there's just not a lot of options there. And they're very similar to a lot of the other colors. So who knows? Maybe we'll figure it out though. Yes, all the yarn. Been trying to catch the Patreon. Cannot figure out the tech stuff needed. Abby, message me and I will get you that information. We've got a. If it's getting Discord connected to your Patreon, I can help you out with that because we've got a post actually dedicated to that I'll send you. New stuff. I know it's really exciting, right?
Any change?
You guys let me know if the sound has changed at all. If it's any better now. If it's worse. If it's still robotic. If it's echoey. He's sounding okay right now to me, says Yarn Pirate with a whoop. It's the most adorable whoop ever. What? You don't have to monitor it. The door. Oh, TK was going to watch a game instead of watching the show tonight. In and out for me and rest of YouTube. And you reset YouTube. Oh, interesting, Ope. And you're doing okay. You had herniated disc surgery last week, and you're on good drugs for that. You get to knit for weeks while you're on leave from work till May. Excites for the Jim Henson. Indeed, excites. I'll have some confetti for that. You're going to refresh your browser and see if that helps. Thank you. Yeah, I can't hear anything. I don't have my own sound in, so. Hello. Was quiet, but it's fine now, says Knit Cat. Yes. You want me to turn my head like this and speak into it? I'm fine with that. Well, now it's in my face. So let's just put it back where it was. Okay, take deep breaths, all of us. And I'll just talk like this. It's cool. Does that work for you, TK?
Yes, but you are real low, and I don't know why.
I don't know why either. I guess this is the push to get a new mic, huh? No. Oh, it's not the mic, he says. You sound a lot better to me after refreshing the browser. I do have it turned all the way up, but it's not a hot mic anymore. Hot in my ear, and the headphones are all the way over there. I appreciate you guys hanging out with us while we figure this out.
4 years.
4 years, right?
This should be done.
It's because TK said he wasn't going to watch the show. So while he's figuring that out, I'm going to show off. I'm going to do my show and tell. So I've done some spinning this last month, and I spun up some ectoplasm and some larkspur in floof, and I applied them together, and I'm really excited with how they turned out. I can't wait to show you guys. So let's go to the workspace. There we go. Check this out. That is ectoplasm and larkspur. Isn't that beautiful? Like, the larkspur really has this sheen to it. It's hard to see on here, but it's just lovely, and it mutes the ectoplasm just enough, but it's not drastic the way that like black and green is, right? So you need a keyboard too? Still in and out. Yeah, we're working on it. Yeah, it's gorgeous. I love it. Hello, Emily. How are you? And then I had some extra larkspur left over, and I had some extra Craft Girl Summer. And I remembered that JK had mentioned that she had ordered those two together to ply and spin together, and she was a little concerned when she got them because she wasn't sure if they were going to work. But I tested that, and I think it's beautiful. It kind of has a punk vibe to it, you know, the black and the neon color type thing, the grungy neon. Except for that it's not black, it's that deep oily blue, which makes it even grungier. I just think it's so lovely. I actually, when I had this all spun up, I actually regretted not doing 2 whole bumps of it like this because it's just so pretty. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Okay, one moment. I'm going to mute my mic real quick. Now my mic is unmuted. How's that sound, everybody? No, excuse me. I know, I love it too, Carmen. I just think it's so pretty. And I think I'm gonna go ahead and do something with these 3 skeins together. I just don't know what yet. I wish I had enough to weave with because I think that'd be really neat looking, right? Like if you used one of these one way and this color the other way, it would be very, very soft in the change, but I think it would look really cool. Sounds good so far. Ooh la la. So that's what I've been working on as far as show and tell goes. If you head over to our Discord, you will see that there is a whole show and tell that you can also post in, and you can post whatever you want in there. We like to keep it to crafting items, but we do these only once a month, so feel free. Try to keep it to 3 or 4 pictures, just because, you know, It's Friday night, but it's still, you know, a night. Like, people have to go to bed eventually. Mm. Big gal, you're not wrong. That would make a lovely dinosaur. I love that idea.
Yeah, it should be fine, but it's louder and clearer when you talk into it and not over here.
Okay, well, I'll continue to try to remember to talk like this. It's going to be a little hard sometimes when I'm working on stuff, but we'll do the best that we can. TK says that it sounds fine, so he's going to go relax, and we're just going to sit here and hang out together. You guys, I chopped all my hair off. It's that time of year. So, and then it hasn't happened yet. It's just my hair is messy and has a little curl to it anyway, and then I play with the curling iron. But my hairstylist has talked me into letting her put a perm in it. So that will be happening mid-April. So keep your eyes open for that. Okay, you reset again. Now you can hear. Yay! I'm so glad. Okay, so this is today's stuff. Let's look at the two colors I'm going to show you. I haven't named both of them, so I'm not going to tell you what either of their names are, but I will tell you what they're inspired by. Okay, so let's go to the workspace. This one right here is one that we actually did a sneak peek to, and it's very hard to see on screen because of that yellow and the white. Hoping maybe that's a little bit better. Let me do it this way. So this is our Snoth color, so the Phenomena Backup Singers. That's what this is based off of. And you can see it's got a lot of like really bright pinks in it. There's a little bit of orange. There's some yellows and then some whites. And then there's these purple speckles on it as well. And it's kind of blown out because it is so reflective. You guys have seen colors like this before. We've talked about them. I did post a picture of this colorway in all of our social media. So check it out because it's gorgeous. You guys are, it does look like a melon salad. It's so much fun. And then this one right here, which shows up just fine. This is our, what's up? Okay. This one right here, this is our Gelfling colorway. So this is inspired by Kira and Jem. And I've got some really soft brown tones in there and like sandy colors. And you've got that really light green, foresty green. And then I did the purple speckles for Jem's hair because it's that dark, dark purple. This is actually one of my favorite colors in the whole set. And the purple breaks here and there. You get like little flecks of red and blue, which I love. Yeah, it's stinking gorgeous. I want so many skeins of this colorway, and I can't wait to see what this looks like on fiber. It's going to be beautiful. Yeah, I love it too. And I mean, they don't look terrible together. You could actually use these together. I've been kind of blown away. Oh, look, that's what the color looks like. It's still a little blown out right here. I've kind of been blown away by the fact that all of these colorways work really well with each other. Even the ones that I think in my brain shouldn't, they do. So just keep that in mind. There are going to be 12. There's 2 patron colorways. And then there's 10 for you guys to choose from. Each box set comes with 5. Okay. So talking about that, you guys know that the box sets are coming on. You can choose any base you want, mostly. So you can choose the Cat's Cradle base, which is all on Cat's Cradle. You can choose the Kitty Glitter base, which is all Kitty Glitter. You can choose the BKDK base, which is all DK. You can also choose BKDK Kitty Glitter, which we've only ever carried one other time, and that was when we did the Harry Potter inspired scarves. And then with the fiber, it's on, so for Floof, it's on the BFL Floof base. And the patron colorways, the 2 exclusive ones, they're always on Kitty Glitter of some type. So for that, we needed a specialty yarn, and it comes on the specialty yarn as well. I haven't come up with a clever name for it yet, but this is our specialty yarn. It is a merino and silk blend, and it is blended. You can still see the sheen in there, though, from the silk. It's very reflective because it's white, but I just wanted to show this off. If I cover up the light a little bit, you can see the sheen, which is great. It's so soft, you guys. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I want to keep all of it. It's so freaking beautiful. You've got some of the DKBK Kitty Glitter, but like right here, you can see that sheen. That's some of the silk coming through. I'm really excited to see how colors dye up on this. I haven't actually dyed it up yet. I've been a little afraid, but I gotta get on that. At this point, I don't think I have any pre-orders for the fiber, which blows my mind, but that's okay. Yeah, it's so soft. It's amazing. So it will come. You can get this as your base for all of the colorways. Or if you're a patron, this would be the patron exclusive colorways. This is what it would come with. Come on in the fiber in floof. I just haven't come up with a clever name for it, like Fancy Cat or something like that, right? Because it is really fancy. But today, my loves, today we're going to be spinning because I'm feeling it a lot lately. Reminds me of the white in a classic ragdoll coat. I love it. Call it Pet Me. Ooh, I like that. That's not a bad idea. I might have to do that, Elena. Did we call the new one Poof? Poof and Floof. No, the line is Floof. It's our yarn line. We have Floof line, right? I don't know what we're going to call it yet. But this is BFL. So this is Reborn in Fire. And I've been itching to try to do a fractal spin in this. I don't know how well it's going to work because it doesn't have the hard lines that the Craft Girl Summer has. But we're going to try to do the same thing. So if you've never done a fractal spin, you get to go through those steps with me today, which is really exciting. Before we even get plugged in or anything, because we don't need any of that right now, we just need to prep our fiber. So let's do that. Oh no, that's not good at all. Learn something new every day. Big Gal Gaming, thank you. Okay, so this is, like I said, this is Reborn in Fire. It is a Critical Role inspired colorway from many moons ago and many years ago, and we've incorporated it into our Floof collection. It might be one of my favorites. So if you basically a fractal spin kind of makes stripes, but it makes semi stripes. You'll understand here in a second. So what I'm going to do, I should have brought my scale in here and I didn't. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this apart. Just like this. We're just going to undo this braid. No big deal. It's like frogging things, right? Look, this braid was so excited to get undone too. It's like, oh my gosh, let me breathe. Okay, so we've got this undone braid. And each side, thank goodness, is different because that's going to be important. So you've got an orange end and you've got a purple end. Remember that. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and open this up. We'll start here on the orange end, and we're going to try to break this in half as close to evenly as possible. So I like to open it up first. It's going to have a natural break part. It is frustrating sometimes when you're doing a fractal spin because it's hard to get it exact, which means you always end up with extra yarn on one of your spools. But then you end up with stuff like this, and it's totally fine. Hello, Bubbles. So I'm just opening this up. And you can see it's pretty even across, right? Even little flashes like that. And that's important because they're kind of going to get matched up, kind of not. So opening. And this is what Knit and Craft meant when she said that the fiber is really dense, because it is. Prettiest intestines you've ever seen. But you can also see, by the way, how easy this is opening. It's not felting on itself. It's not really having any problems. This is a non-superwash BFL, so it will felt if it's over-processed, if you do hot-cold real fast, things like that. So, do you do the same process when doing on a drop spindle? Yes, I do. I don't drop spindle very often, but yes. You have to, so for a fractal spin, if you're going to do the whole entire bump of fiber, you have to do it for everything in the beginning, and then from there, you can use small bits, but you have to prep everything at once. So, Okay. Getting this all open. Ooh, I love this brownish red right here. So how have you guys been? You getting into spring here in the States? Lurking while cleaning, organizing before we get more snow on Sunday. Never mind about spring. Whew, that's nuts. Okay, so this is all open now. We're going to try to split this as evenly as possible, right? So just take it like this and let the fiber split itself. It's not going to be perfect because nature never is, right? Although I do think that belonged over there. There we go. But just kind of let it split down the middle. See, eventually it'll find its own place. I'm barely pulling on this. It has a place where it wants to split. It will more or less be even. Close enough. I've got extra on one end. That's okay. It's not the end of the world. We'll find something to use it for. Okay. So there we go. So now we have two sides that are identical. They're mirrors of each other pretty much. And you want to do two things. One of these, we're going to go ahead and spin just like it is. We're just going to spin it, 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 spin it. Okay? That's what we do with one side. The other side, what we're going to do is we're going to split this at least one more time. We can split it 3 times. We can split it 4 times. You can split it as many times as you want. The more times you split it, the more of a fractal ideally, it's going to either be half the size or a third of the size or a quarter of the size, depending on how many times I split this. So you'll have more but shorter flashes of the same color in the same pattern, so that when you apply them together, you're going to have 2 orange, and then that orange is going to turn into the red for a little bit, and maybe even the purple, and then it's going to hit the purple, and it's going to, but so you get those lines where the 2 colors match up, and it looks like a nice hard line. Water.
Your mic keeps going off.
Oh, TK says my mic keeps going off.
That's me. I apologize.
The more times you spin it, now you're back. Yes. Sorry about that. I didn't know he was messing with my mic. So basically what happens is that the more times that you break this, like the more times you split this in half or in quarters, the more of those fractal lines you're going to get, because you're going to be spinning it in the same direction that you spin the other piece. But because there's less of that orange in that section, so if let's go ahead and split this in half as an example, okay? Because we're going to have to anyway. Boop, 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 boop. So now I have 2 on this side, and these will both go on the same spindle, or bobbin rather, and I will spin it up in the same direction. So I'll start with the orange, just like I do with this side. But when I'm drafting it, this side's orange line, this side's orange portion is going to be much longer than this side's. Ideally, about double the size, because I've got 2 halves right now. If I split both of those again, then a quarter of the size, and so on and so forth. And so that's going to create an even fractal line when you're knitting or crocheting. At least that's the idea. So I've split it in half. But I'm thinking maybe quarters. I'm going to do quarters. We're going to go a little nuts with this one, I think. So let's go ahead for now. We'll spin up this side first, even though I messed with this. So let's go ahead and put these back together as much as you can, and then we'll spin up the big chunky one tonight. So now I'm just braiding these again. It's always the gremlins, isn't it? So we have a big freaking box set drop next Friday, you guys. Next Friday, April 5th, we're going to be here. We're going to have our release party for the Fibers, the Dreamers, and You box set, which is all of our Henson-inspired yarn and fiber. colorways, I guess. So we always do a party for these box sets. In the past, they've been early release parties, so they've only been available to our patrons, but we've opened them up to the public. And so I actually have a surprise for you guys. If you're not a patron, you don't know this. We're releasing that box set to you guys on the 5th. You do not have to wait till the 6th, which is what we were originally going to do. So patrons will have access on Thursday the 4th. They'll get their link. They'll be able to go in and purchase it if they want to. But everybody else will have access during the party. And we do have a party, so it'll be thematic. I'll be dressed up. We'll show off all the colors. You guys get to see the labels. Sometimes we do a giveaway. It really just depends. It's a lot of fun. It's going to start, what time does it start? 6 p.m.?
Sure.
6 p.m. Pacific time right here on the channel. So you guys get 2 live streams in 1 month. Well, that's not true, actually. Yeah, it is, because you'll get one at the end of April, too. Just keep in mind, it's a very different type of live stream. We're not going to knit or crochet or spin. We're going to show the yarn off, answer questions about it. It usually lasts about an hour, hour and a half. So we've gone ahead and rebraided our yarn, or our fiber over here. We'll put that off to the side. We're going to work on this one. First contact day presents. Oh, yeah. Okay, so I know I'm in TK's way. I'm sure of it. So you guys, I'm so sad. Look at this. I put a hole in my speed. What is this called? Speed footer, even though I use my hands. I guess it's a frequent issue that happens. They're working on fixing the problem in future things, but right now it still works, but I have to use my finger to go in there and actually turn it on and off. So I've got to get that fixed. I haven't reached out to them yet because it makes me angry every time I look at it. So let's get that in there. Let's do this. See, watch. If I try to do it this way, it doesn't work. So I got to use my hand. It's okay, though. I mean, worse things could happen. We're all aware of that. This should be on this side. It's just easier for me, usually. A hot mess. The yarn is coming whether you need it or not, but you'd like to clear a little room in stash dresser. You could do a box set blanket. Ooh, that's a good idea. You do not need more yarn. Someone quick help me think of a project idea for the last 3 box sets. Yeah, do a blanket. I like that idea. Remember that blanket? Who did the blanket? Lady Bella did the blanket. It was gorgeous. Okay, so somewhere. Uh-oh, it sounds like the sound's still not working. Still having an issue?
There's something going on in the line.
When you say the line, do you mean the quarter or a different type of line?
Well, I mean one of the mic lines or one of the lead lines.
Okay. Oops. So we're just going to bring this through here.
Apologize for that one.
He says he apologizes for that one. He's still working on the sound. So let's make sure I've got this going the right way. I do indeed. Fantastical. Back this up just a little bit. This is so awkward trying to do this way. Okay, so we're just going to take our fiber here in a second and we're going to start, but I am going to pre-draft it just a little bit. The Storytime blanket, it was so beautiful. You guys, she did all the Storytime colorways in a blanket, and then she used Snuffy as like the main color. It was amazing. Okay, so we've got this nice and open. You can see how that drafts. It drafts really nicely. And we're just going to start spinning it awkwardly with a broken footer that I am going to put on the other side just because it's, well, I'm going to turn it and see if that makes it easier for me. There we go. You got to do it the way you got to do it, right? Whatever works. Okay. There we go. We're spinning. I might turn it up just a little bit. There we go. That's better. You can hear me, but it's a bit sketchy. Yeah, he's still messing with it. He said there's an issue with one of the main lines. Pixie Punk. Hung out with a bunch of Renaissance reenactor friends last weekend. Showed them your second attempt at spinning. It was given the nickname Drop Spindle Jessica. Oh my god, I love it. That's so good. Drop Spindle Jessica. That makes me so happy. You know, I've seen a really big resurgence in fiber and drop spindles and just spinning in general lately. Like, there's a lot of big names in the fiber community who usually knit or just crochet or dye yarn, who've been doing a lot of drop spindling or spinning. And that's exciting to me because I know that they cast a wide net, and so hopefully they're inspiring people to try it out. The cottagecore throw is your cue on Ravelry. Ooh, Moonbow. I don't know if I've seen that one. You're making a Morrison scarf from Ravelry for an adventure you got over a year ago, then you'll make a Stephen West shawl with the rest. I feel like the Stephen West shawl is the best idea for box sets sometimes. Like, I want us to do a Stephen West along one of these days with a box set. I think that'd be a great idea. Okay, well, this is going well. This looks great. You can see it right there. La, la, la. It's beautiful. So let's just hang out for a second and have some real talk. I started my new position with the state, I think February 1st. So it's been 2 months now. It's going really, really well. I love it. It is very different working outside of the house every day. You know, it means that I can't run to the dye room and throw different colors in or something like that. But it's also really nice to get out of the house every single day. Get up, you know, take a shower, get dressed, go interact with people and not just cats. West box along, yeah, for sure. I have however noticed that I have been sick so much these last 2 weeks or last 2 months. Not super sick, just like I said, I'm fighting a head cold right now that I can feel back here and in my cheeks and everything. But I think it's just because my body's not used to being exposed to so many people anymore, right? We kind of shut ourselves out for a long time there. And so that's going to take some getting used to, but I'm enjoying it. I think TK's enjoying it. He gets to work quietly from home. What else? So I have learned that you can make amazing cinnamon rolls with sourdough starter. So we made the perfect cinnamon rolls last week, and I'm making 2 more batches this week because my DM's 50th birthday is this weekend. Very exciting. So my weekend is a little crazy. I've got the show tonight, and then I'm supposed to finish prepping a game I'm supposed to be running for them, finish up those cinnamon rolls, and try to get a good night's sleep because I don't feel so great. You had 2 office days last week and you feel like trash. Yeah, it takes a lot. Your poor immune system is shocked by all these people. Yeah, exactly. And it sucks. Like, that part of it sucks. I forgot what it was like to be sick. Allergies have been nuts, and being reintroduced to other, yes, exactly. And the allergies have been nuts. It's hard sometimes to figure out what is an allergy and what is an actual sickness, right? Chocolate chip cookies with sourdough starter is good, though, too. Oh, my God. Cocoa, that sounds so delicious. You still having problems, TK?
Yeah.
He's starting to think that we're going to have to replace one of our cables, which we will have to do before next week. You thought of a ton of moharish yarns last summer, and you bought in support of a dyer who had to move across the country fast and found a nice mohair sweater to make called Mohair Swirl. Oh my gosh, that sounds beautiful. Moonbow, you should post a picture of it and show and tell. They've been really, really intense this year. Yeah. So Working for the state means that I work by the Capitol for Oregon, and we have these beautiful, beautiful cherry trees that blossom quite suddenly and quite quickly in Oregon. And so right next to the Capitol, there's this lovely field of cherry blossom trees. And about 2 weeks ago, I want to say, my head felt like it was underwater. My eyes were itchy. My nose was going nuts. I was like, what is wrong with me? And I thought I was getting sick. And somebody mentioned later on, they're like, oh my gosh, the cherry trees are all in blossom. And I was like, yep, that's what it is. And it was, and it is. And the problem, I can't take Benadryl. It knocks me out. The one time you ignored an alert today, and it's a BK stream alert. Hello, JK. JK, I showed off something just for you, and you weren't even here. No, it's okay. I'm going to show it to you here in a second. Number one, please look at our Gelfling color, because you're going to love it. This is our Gelfling-inspired colorway. It's got your taupes and your browns and your golds in it, and then it's got some really light green colors, and then I have some purple speckles for Gem's hair in there, and it's so beautiful. I'm in love with it. Can't wait to see it on fiber. But what I wanted to show you is that when we did our last craft along, you were talking about how you picked up some fiber, and you were concerned because you had picked up some Craft Girl Summer and some Larkspur to ply together, and that you were concerned that they weren't going to look quite right. So I had some extra of both, so I went ahead and plied them together so you could see them. There you go. I think they look excellent. I'm actually kind of bummed that I don't have more to do out of this. I was actually plying it with ectoplasm initially, and now I want to do something with these three the little bitty skein and the two big skeins, because it's gorgeous. It's so pretty. It's very grunge looking. So I just wanted to make sure you saw that. Oh, Alena, I'll have to check that out. You take Zyrtec year round, and when spring pollen gets bad, you do a Flonase as well. I do have the little Flonase spritzer stuff. My doctor recommended that for something else, and then she said just keep it during the allergy season. You're gonna need it, and it's been helpful. Oh, meow, good. I knew you'd love it. You just got your Flonase refilled so you don't end up with a migraine. Yep. Yeah, and man, allergies are no joke. You know, people are like, oh, you're not really sick. It's just allergies. Yes, it's not contagious. You are correct. But it still is a hindrance. It still causes the same things to happen to you. Like your body still hurts. Your head still hurts. It's still hard to focus on things. Your throat's still scratchy. You might as well be sick. Oh, I'm glad to hear that, JK. Oh, that's terrible. X-Clear is a great nasal spray too. It's Exidial based. I don't know that word. You do Zyrtec as well. There are more than one dosage as well, so you can start with 5 versus 10. What's up, TK? It's okay. Do we need to order a new? TK says that he will have whatever's going on with the mic fixed before Friday, and that he apologizes. He doesn't know what's happened here, but we'll get it fixed. So, out of curiosity, I know that we have a handful of pre-orders in. So, if you have put in a pre-order for your box set, give me some Hazel or Gracie hype. I want to see the hype. I want to know who's put their pre-orders in. Those pre-orders are patron exclusive. They're closed at this point, but those lucky guys will actually have their yarn shipped to them the day it launches. So on the 5th, it will ship out. They're the same thing. Interesting. It's also expensive. That's the part that blows me away. It's just the price of allergy medication. Vicky, awesome. JK, aw. And then I'd love to know who plans on picking up a box set if they haven't already pre-ordered. If you're not a patron, or if you wanted to wait to see the colorways, or you're only picking up If you're picking up one box set instead of both, since that was the only way to do the pre-orders this time around. Ouch. You wish you had some ordered, but you can hype it. Aw. Pre-ordered, pre-ordered. Awesome. Pre-ordered. Shauna, very nice, very nice. No worries, Elizabeth. Well, we'll have it available for a little bit for you guys for sure. And always spread the word. Let people know, you know, birthday gifts, anniversary gifts, early holiday gifts, summer is around the corner gifts, whatever they want to gift for you. April Fool's Day gifts. We're getting into the red now. I actually, oh, I did stop it in time. Good, 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 good. Killing's worth it for sure. The colors are all over the place in the best kind of way. Like, because it's Henson and because we're doing both Muppets and more Creature Shop stuff, you've got a lot of muted tones in one side, and then you have a ton of like neon colors and bright oranges and, you know, bright purples and things like that. It's pinks. So surprisingly, the only color I'm struggling to incorporate is blue. Like, blue has been the one color that I'm like, where am I going to put this? So we're working on making sure there's more blue in there. Woohoo! Knit and craft, that makes me very excited. There's no room in this craft stash of a house for more beautiful supplies. I'm so in love with the theme, though. Thank you, Elena. I am, too. I've noticed when I do themes that are really close to my heart, they're much harder than the ones that I don't care as much about. So this one's been very difficult. We will have some grab bags because there's been a few times where I've had to be like, nope, this is not what I was going for. And they're beautiful colors. Like, none of them are bad colors. It's just not what I had envisioned. Oh, the Gonzo color. Yes, I love the Gonzo color. You would just keep them for yourself. That's all you're supposed to do. That's my point. You should tell other people that they should buy it for you for the holidays or for whatever celebration that there is. Or you buy it as an April Fool's gift for somebody, and then you do keep it for yourself because it's April Fool's. Gonzo is one of my favorite Muppets. In fact, of like the Muppets, he is my favorite. And I've been looking and thinking I need to get something made, but it's so beautiful and you don't want to use it. You're not crazy. I know a lot of, you know what? Collecting yarn, it's so interesting. Okay, let's have a real talk for a second, kids. I love you all so much. Oh my gosh. You can see I'm flushed fighting this thing. Okay, real talk. So it's great to use your yarn and your fiber to make things that you love and that you want to make with them. And you should do that. That's what it's there for, right? But it is okay to buy fiber and buy yarn or whatever it is that you order and buy because you love it, because you think it's pretty and you want to hold it and squish it and collect it. I mean, people collect things all the time. They collect things that they can't use. They collect art. They collect, my aunt collects salt and pepper shakers. That's a real thing. They collect dolls. I mean, people collect things, and they collect things that aren't necessarily, don't have a practical use. You're collecting things that have a practical use. You will eventually use it for something, but in the meantime, you have it, and it brings you joy, and you can look at it, and it's happy, and it's wonderful, and you can touch it. Like, it's therapy just to touch it. My grandmother, my nanny, used to knit and crochet and cross stitch and sew. Like, she was really good at all that. Both of them were, but my nanny in particular. And towards the end of her life, she couldn't see very well anymore. And so she couldn't do those things. And my mother brought her fiber. She was never a spinner, but my mother brought her some fiber, and she would hold it in her hand like a worry stone. And she would just sit there and rub it like this. And if you asked her what she was doing, she'd tell you she was playing with her yarn. Because that was it was comforting, right? It's something familiar. It smells good. Even just playing with it in your hands makes you feel productive. It's like the ultimate fidget toy, honestly. So don't ever be ashamed for collecting yarn, you know, for your stash. Don't ever be ashamed of it. And please don't ever be ashamed of not wanting to use it. Use it if you find the right project for it. Like, don't hold back. Try things out with it. That's what it's there for. But no, you're not weird for wanting to hold on to it for a special thing. That everybody does that. You're just as lovely as the rest of us. Okay, I'm done. I'm done. It is a hobby, and it is a wonderful hobby. And I get so angry when people who get mad at them and are like, what do you need all that yarn for? You have so much yarn. Well, what do you need all those baseball cards for? I got too much twist in here. Hold on. I got to talking and I over twisted my fibers. Whoopsies. Exactly, Pixie. Oh, the thing about my nanny, yeah, I almost started crying just now talking about it because it's just so sweet. She was a very ornery woman. We did not always get along, but that particular story just gets me every time. They age like fine wine. Exactly. And cookbooks that you like to look through but never cook out of. But you know what, Big Gal Gaming? I bet that you are inspired by some of the things that you do cook from those cookbooks. I certainly am. I don't generally cook recipes out of cookbooks that are straight recipes from there, but I might take ideas from it. How I disappear, that'll be beautiful. Very exciting. Okay, so we have some trunk shows coming up too, you guys, that I figure I should tell you about. We have a trunk show for Knit in Public Day, which is in June, I believe. And that will be in Bend, Fancy Works. We've been there before. We love it there. We have a trunk show at Cozy in Eugene. I don't remember the date right now. It's the end of June. It's like June 29th and 30th or the week before that. I have to look. It is during the Olympic trials for track and field. They're being held out there at the school. And so we're doing a big event with Karen at Cozy for that. And we will be, we'll be bringing a trunk show. And then we also have a trunk show coming up. Where is it? It is in a place that I can't remember the name of. Hold on one second. The shop I remember the name of. I just don't ever remember where they're located because it's not in Oregon. One second. Okay, so it's Three Loves Yarn, and it is in Nampa, Idaho. And that will be in August. So that's going to be the furthest that we've ever traveled or I've ever traveled for a yarn show or for a trunk show. Very excited about it. They found us at Oregon Flock and Fiber, and they were like, hey, we'd love for you to do a trunk show. And it's like, cool, it's going to have to wait until I can come up with the funds to get out there. So we're going to do that after TK's birthday in August. Very stoked. Oh, thank you, Emily. I really like it. I think it's pretty too. You guys can kind of take a look at it that way. Perhaps you'll be home for that one. JK, that would be really exciting. You're working with a collection you received over 2 years ago, finally found the right thing. There was no question it's what it was meant for. And that's magic. That's perfect, right? Like that's the goal right there. Have you guys seen the new tarot card sweater? Oh my God. I don't carry sport weight yarn. And I'm very upset right now that I don't carry sport weight yarn because that sweater is everything I need in life. I might have to pick up some sport weight yarn and dye it myself just for this sweater, guys. Ugh. It's so pretty. Is it really? Oh, JK, that makes me feel good. I was like, man, stranger in a strange land. I've never been there before. I know nothing about it. Yikes, stripes, all these things. TK wanted me to wait until summer to do it. Or spring, but later spring. Or even early fall, but with off and everything, like it just becomes difficult. So summer was really the time to do it. Because he didn't want me going over the mountain before then, right? Like during the winter. What is a sport weight? What a great question. Hold on one second. So you have different weights of yarn, yeah? You've got your lace weight, you've got fingering weight, which is one of the weights we carry. It's one of the most versatile weights of yarn out there. You've got DK weight right here, right? So the weight of the yarn is how thick the yarn is around. And usually, like, logic says that this is a fingering weight yarn. It is a finer weight yarn than a DK weight yarn is. So these are both 4 ounces, but this has more yardage in it. This is 460 yards versus 230 because this is double the size, right? Yeah, that's so weird. Hold on. I'm messing with the autofocus. There I'm in focus. When I take it away, I'm not. It's so weird. So, it's a different weight. So basically it goes lace weight, fingering weight, sport weight, DK weight, worsted weight, which is what most people use, size 4, right? And then you get into like the Aran weights and the chunkies and the bulkies. Taking a break from flying larkspur. Could you use a fingering with a mohair for a sport, or would that be lean closer to DK? So a fingering with a mohair for a sport, I think you probably could. It's a very light DK. I've used the two together as a DK before, and it's a very light. It creates a very light yarn, but it still has a fair amount of halo to it, so it would be a chunkier sport or a light DK. Sorry, I'm starting to lose my voice a little bit, guys. Whew. Where's my mouse? No kind. Damn all of you. Aren't you guys supposed to be playing board games? That's really funny. You need to read Stranger in a Strange Land. It's a good book. If you switch down a gauge, you could probably get away with using a DK. I probably could. You're not wrong. But then I don't have the excuse to buy some funky sport weight yarn and try it out, right? TK says apologies.
Yeah, there's something wrong with our processor, and I don't know how that happened. But
with the processor?
Yeah, the thing that drives your mic.
I often ignore sport as a weight of its own. So quake with fear, you tiny fool. What games are you guys playing? Did we get invaded? You kind of got invaded. You guys got invaded by my my RPG gaming group. And Wisdom Queen, she's there too. It is the bug. It is the Big Boss Kitty board game. Oh my god, we need a Boss Kitty board game, TK. Can you make that happen? He's shaking his head at me. Thank you indeed. Killing's worth it. Appreciate it. So, let's get some progress on this. Check it out. Isn't it so pretty? So what'll happen is you guys see how this is a large amount of orange. These colors will be in the same order with the other braid of fiber, but they'll be half the size if we keep it as halves and not quarters. You're too distracted. I'm a pretty distracting person. I understand. Oh, my nose is so itchy right now. I am a Boss Kitty RPG. You're hopeful your wheel... Oh, that's right, JK. Your wheel is being repaired. How's the non-electric wheel? Is that working for you? That's amazing, Wisdom Queen. My very nasally head cold voice. Ooh, I do want a Boss Kitty tarot deck. That might have to happen. Knitting with Kumo. That's so good. Now it has to happen. Even if it makes no money, I just need to make it. You had to replace your washing machine this week. One payday. So I won't be buying any yarn. That's okay, big gal. For sure. A washing machine is very important. I'm sorry you had to replace it, though. See, you got the attention of Bubbles. It would be, I agree, it would be very cool. Be like my yarn tarot deck, but better. So I think we're going to go until about 7 o'clock. And then we're going to go ahead and hit up the show and tell and see what's in there. Mostly because I don't know if my voice will hold out much longer than about a 2-hour show tonight. Can you guys hear the whirl from the spinning wheel? It's
barely hear anything.
Oh, TK says you can barely hear anything. That's not good. You've been binge spinning on it. You got the part in for the 2 weeks. Maybe 2 weeks ago. Spent a full bobbin in 4 days. Oh my gosh. You miss your wheel so much. I bet. I missed mine when it was gone. And now I have to get this footer thing replaced or fixed, and I don't want to think about it. And it's a whole thing. I knew what you meant by the electric. Yeah, it was the electric one. Boop. You can't hear the spinning wheel. It is very quiet, but it also does the whirling sound, and I love it. It's one of my favorite noises. What is your electric spinner? So her electric spinner is a lot like my electric spinner. This is an electric spinner right here. It's a Sparrow. And basically, you don't have to use your feet to spin on it, right? It's very small and compact. It's got this little piece right here that you are supposed to be able to push down on, and it starts it, but I broke it, so I have to use my hand. It has different speeds on it. But really it just comes down to its consistency. You don't have to use your feet to pedal, and it's not as big and bulky as a traditional spinning wheel is. You okay? Yeah, you guys, you got to get your stuff in show and tell. Without show and tell, what are we going to do? Yes, the controller can be ordered in. That's true. They're just so expensive. You did a Keepscape game called Mendling. Oh, Mending, which was sewing embroidery. I'm not sure how to incorporate yarn, knit, crochet into something like that, but it's a fun thought project. Ooh, I like it. Not clear on precisely what, but they fixed it, and I've been waiting on it to ship for a very long time. Yes, they've been a little backed up. Have you reached out to them to just be like, hey guys, what's the word, bird? I'm getting into this purple right here. It's super deep right in this section right here, which is great. I was never a purple fan as a child, and now I'm so in love with the color because it's got so many different tones. There's so many different ways you can go with it. It's such a great color. I'm curious, what things were you really into as a kid, like, you know, color-wise or whatever, that you're not so much anymore, but you have found something. Let's just stick with colors. Is there a color that you absolutely adored all through childhood or young adulthood, and now you're just like, you know what? This is actually more my vibe. Mine's blue, not purple, but still. And I want to know how people's drop spindles are working. Last we talked, I know a lot of you were afraid to try them. You had them, but you were afraid to use them. And I want to know if any of you have crossed that line yet, what you think of them. if you're enjoying them. You went through a massive pink phase. Love it. Now you hesitate with anything pink. Yeah, you can have too much of a good thing, right? Suddenly, it was going to be in the mail the next day. The postage has been made, but gone and nowhere. I understand, and usually I'm very patient with these things, but it's very hard at the moment. Understood. I used to hate blue. She's right. Blue was like the color, my anti-color. I was all red. Red was everything to me. And now teals and blues. I love them. You plead the fifth. Is this a Twilight confession? It's okay if it is. You love neons, like green is your favorite, but my family is Norwegian and it is ingrained in you to wear and decorate with neutrals. I love it. That's so good. It's the first wine you've had about anything ever, and you totally get that they're backlogged, but you're impatient. No, and I get it, though. It's a legit frustration. But I do appreciate that you also are aware of that part. I want to know what Yarn Pirates is now. I'm really, really curious. Magenta, purple, and blues were always your fave and still are. Purple for life. You need another night of craft group, someone to do it with. So we will have another one of those next month. We always have a craft night for patrons every single month, and then we have at least one live stream every single month for the audience, for just the public. So normally the craft along is towards the beginning of the month or the middle of the month. So it won't be next weekend, obviously, because of the box set release, but it might be the weekend after. I just have to look to see when it's going to be. You're scared that you'll be super bad at spindling and wreck your beautiful... Oh, you guys. You're not going to wreck it, I promise. And if you feel that way, just take a small amount of it and try it. So, let me see. I don't have anything on me right now. Oh, fuck it. Why not? So let's just take like a tiny, tiny piece. I'm just going to take this purple off, right? There you go. And just mess with this. This is enough that if you screw this up, it's not the end of the world. You can take this, you can pre-draft it, you can test it. You know, it's not going to be perfect and amazing. It's going to be amazing, but it's not going to be perfect and fine or anything like that the first time. But you gotta learn at some point, right? Plus, this makes great Muppet hair. What do you think? I'm feeling the vibe here. Hold on. Hold on. My hair used to be this color, actually. What do you think, TK? We're good? Yeah? So it used to be this color. It used to be red in the front and purple in the back. Like this. Not so much anymore. You'll do your best to make it. You really loved chartreuse, bright limes, greens as a teen, but you think it was how it worked on your skin, and your skin tone has changed. That's a fair statement, actually. Last craft group was my son's birthday, and I took my mom to the hospital. Oh my gosh, that's a bummer. I'm so sorry. Blended to hair like a beret. That's true. Lower the stakes with the Malabrigo. I am flattered. Here you go. Okay, let's get back to the spins. We're good. Oh, you know what time it is actually, TK? Do you know what just occurred to me? Womp womp.
It's time to stretch.
I forgot about stretching, you guys. We never do this anymore. It's stretch time. Muppets aren't Muppets made from wool. I think they're made from felt, but not felted wool necessarily. I'm sure some of them are. Okay, so let's go ahead and roll our shoulders. Yeah, martini time. Same thing, yeah? Rolling my back. You're better about orange now, though. It was definitely your cringe color, but it was NJ's favorite color, like, for the first 8 years of life. Now we're going to roll them forward. And then one way and the other. Oh, that's a good idea, Op. Okay. Yeah, go ahead and rotate your neck around. And the other way. Good job. And we're going to turn our chin one way all the way to our shoulder. Now we'll go ahead and turn it the other way. Oh, everything popped. That was amazing. And then I'm going to take my head and I'm just going to go like this. And then we'll go the other direction. Hi, Queens. How are you? It's so good to see you. Okay. Are you here to stretch with us? I'm gonna reach out as far as I can and then bring my arm all the way over. And then stretch my fingers. Oh my gosh, that feels so good in my shoulder, and my arm, and my fingers, and my wrist. We're going to do the other one. Come across. Polyfoam and fabric. Wool. Oh, look at that. I didn't know that the foam or the fabric was wool. That's fantastic. Oh, gosh. Good job, you guys. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and take your hand like so, and you're just going to pull on those fingers. We're just, you know, getting them stretched out. You're stretching the tendons that are in your forearm. And release and go on the other side. Fleece is a very popular choice. Yeah, it's durable. It doesn't felt, which is nice. There's a lot of reasons to use it. Okay, so now we're just going to press gently down on the top of your hand. You're stretching out your wrist this way. So how many of you guys are going to be here for the release party next week? Friday night, 6 p.m. Pacific time here. We'll be dressed up. There probably will be giveaways. It's going to be all the Muppet shenanigans you could possibly ask for. We can make puppets. Oh, I love it. Yes, see, there you go. Just felt with your, well, you can't felt with all of, if you get the fiber box set, you can felt with that. You can make a mittens puppet. That would be phenomenal. Now pull this way. Woohoo! And then like this. Excellent. Plan to be there. Oh, I'm so glad, you guys. And then let's just rotate our wrists. Feels so good. Wonderful. And now we're going to go ahead and stretch out those fingers because they're important. So stretch them as far as you can. They're so long. But it's a D&D night. That's very important. I feel you on that one. Now we're going to go the other way. Do our little pointer fingers. Also traveling. Totally understandable. Totally. Get that. Mittens has been on quite the walkabout. Have you heard from him lately? I have not. Sometimes you get whispers in the wind, but no postcards for me at least. Maybe for TK. And then the other way. And then just going to pop my knuckles because it feels good. And there you go. You're all loosey-goosey. We're good to go. Throw my beautiful bracelet back on. That makes me think of when I felted a Gonzo and a Camilla. Do you show pictures of them? See, that's the kind of stuff I want to see. Postcards with Dad from Mittens. He ran away in the move. He did. Actually, I'm not sure why. I'm not sure what's going on there. You know, maybe there was some unspoken resentment towards me, I'm sure, but If I see him, I'll let him know that you guys miss him. Whiskers in the wind. Making his little suit was so much fun. Gonzo's? Oh, I bet. Oh, this feels so much better after the stretch. With Uncle Traveling Matt. Ha! Getting into some red, this is my favorite part of spinning, is when the colors are at a place where they're changing a little bit, right? And so you get like the red mixed in with the purple, or the purple mixed in with the orange, whatever it is. Just like that. Wonderful. I just want to see how this looks so far. So this is what we have done so far. We've gone through almost a full round. We're actually, once we've done with this little purple red section, we'll be back to the orange, which is very exciting. Like the most exciting. What do we have in show and tell? I heard that there's not a lot, so I'm going to go over there and look real quickly. If I head down, there's a fair amount, but we could definitely do more than that. Hit me with it, you guys. We're probably going to start here a little sooner than I thought, just because it is starting to hurt my throat a little bit. Mitten's pulling a Snoopy and visiting his cousin, brother, in the desert. I do 100% know that episode. You made me giggle. In the meantime, I am going to show these colors off again. So these are two of the Jim Henson-inspired colorways that we are releasing next week. This one is our Phenomena backup singers. That's what it's based off of. It is a little reflective under this light, so I've got to perfect that. There is a picture of it on all of our social media that I recommend checking out. It's so pretty, you guys. If I covered this up, you can kind of see it. So it's got purples and it's got pinks and oranges. There's some white tones in there, and then there's this lovely pale pinkish yellow going through it, and then you end up with these purple speckles throughout it. It's such a fun color. But this one is one of my favorites. It is a dark crystal inspired color from the Gelflings. I'm not telling you guys names for any of these yet, by the way. And you've got like the kind of tan browns in there. It's really light. You've got this beautiful green that kind of breaks and goes through here. And then you've got these purple speckles through everything for Jem's hair. This is really probably one of my most favorite colorways in the whole box set, and I love how versatile they are and how very opposite these two colors are, but they still go really well together. You could use these two colors together and they would be beautiful. So that box set is going to be released to the public next Friday, so April 5th. It'll be released to everybody. We will do our release party here. It'll be at 6 p.m. Pacific time, right here on Boss Kitty Live. If you're a patron, it'll be released early to you on the 4th. You will get a link in Patreon. It doesn't matter. Well, it does actually. So you'll get a link in Patreon if you are a paying member at the Gracie's Gang, Culticon, or Hazel's Heroes level. If you're the $1 Zuzu level, you will have access to the patron exclusive colorways, those two colorways that we've done, but you won't have access to any of it until April 5th. So that's the kind of compromise we made for that. I'm really excited about this box set release. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I think you guys are going to have a ton of fun with it too. So yeah, I hope so. I hope you're all here for it. Thank you, Bubbles. That's how I feel about it. I'm glad it's not just me. Okay, it's 6:45. We're going to go ahead and start the show and tell. Like I said, I kind of wanted to try to wrap this up around 7-ish. And sometimes we have more show and tell than that. Sometimes we have less. We'll see what happens. Okay, so let's bring this over like so. Make it bigger. Perfect. And then we'll just do the inset. Excellent. So we're starting with Bubbles. This says, one of my very favorite people and I... Oh, I just realized what this is. One of my very favorite people and I flew to Portland at the beginning of the month for Rose City's Yarn and Crawl. Here we are at the very first shop, Weird Sisters, which I've done a trunk show at. Love Weird Sisters. On Saturday, we headed south and towards the coast, and we got to meet up with BK and TK for breakfast at a restaurant nearby. TK is a lot shorter than I thought he would be. Had such a good time and amazingly yummy food. Not suitable for work. Warning, uncover at your own risk. F-bomb. Picked up a cross-stitch kit at that Rose City Yarn Crawl to hang in my office at home. So we'll start with the Weird Sisters picture. This is so great. Their cows, by the way, are gorgeous. You guys should go in there. And Bubbles, if you could drop the link for that pattern, I would love you forever. I mean, I would love you forever anyway. Weird Sisters is a great yarn shop. It's a bookstore and yarn shop. It's really, really cool. You see a butterfly cow coming out of those too? Ooh, that'd be really pretty. And then here is Bubbles and me, and there's TK in the background, and he's not short. He's just ducking down because he's a silly goose. We had such a lovely time with the two of you too, as well. I know breakfast took forever, but it was totally worth it. It was delicious, and we had great company. So thank you. This is a wonderful picture. And then here's the spoiler picture. Fuck this shit. This is beautiful. I love that you've already got it cross-stitched up, and the colors are gorgeous. He does have a very tall voice. TK is 6'2", I believe. Normally. In this picture, he's not. He's weak because he's hiding in the background. Fox Goddess, who, by the way, thank you so much for my bracelet and the goodies that you sent. I love them. We'll be doing an unboxing on YouTube. La la. Most of my fingering yarn and the alpaca floof I bought on sale. Oh my goodness, this is impressive. Look at all this fiber, you guys. Holy moly, so much. I love this color right here. TK, what are you looking for? Alpaca floof, lace weight. It's a beautiful color too. What's that called? It's called Beach Bungalow. And then we got some more colors right here. These are just gorgeous, Fox Goddess. I just did. Yarn Pirate, latest finished quilt for a kiddo named Jace. My square is on the top left. We'll start there. Top left. So the P38 right here, I'm guessing. This is really cool. I hope he loves it. I love the border. Oh, it's got all the little airplanes on the border. That's so cute. And then progress on my first crocheted socks from a few cows ago. Just hungry from the Storytime box set with Rockadoodle trim. Oh, that makes me happy too that you're using the Storytime colorways. They were so sweet. And I love the Rockadoodle trim. You don't see that color anymore. Those look fantastic. Miss Elizabeth 84, scrap blanket progress, making it a queen size. I'd say 2 or 3 more feet to go. Oh, it looks so cozy though. That kiddo's super happy about it. Mary, what I'm working on right now, I love when my Afghans are large enough to cover my lap. Oh, that's the best part because then you can work on them and they're still keeping you cozy at the same time. See, this is why yarn and crochet and knit are so magical. I got a little excited there. They really do great jobs with those fabrics. You're right, the quilters. Rashana, I wanted to show off my new stitch markers and I am finishing making a bottle bag for myself. When you said your new, okay, so you did make these. These are lovely. I love the sun on this one. Ooh, and I love this one right here. I love the, oh, are these the seasons? They are, it just occurred to me. Because there's a little maypole right there. Freaking awesome. Knit and purl, single crochet, double crochet, increase, decrease. Stitch Witch, no frog zone. These are great. I love the yarn barf. He's my favorite. You guys should go into Discord and take a look at these. They're really cute. And yeah, this bag is beautiful. The yarn is a really pretty color. And I love that stitch. It just looks so squishy. I want a whole cardigan made out of it. Vicky, the cats decided I could work on the cardigan. I couldn't work on the cardigan anymore. I'm making a Henson crochet shawl, add a shawl by TL Yarn, using some Boss Kitty yarn, Widow Flower and Final Frontier. Finish the cardigan for my great nephew for his first birthday. Yeah, your cats are done with that. Oh, this is beautiful. I'm going to mute my mic real quickly while we're looking at this adorable sweater so TK can change out a cord. Okay, we're testing the new mic, or the new cable. How is it? Here's hoping, kids. This is a super cute cardigan. I love the stripes on it. The colors are great. It's very ABC. Miss Monster, socks in progress, and a finished hat. The mohair is the hat, and the hat is Boss Kitty, and I can confirm how amazingly soft and easy to work with the Boss Kitty mohair is. Especially because you had to frog it, didn't you? I'm glad you went down to one strand of each. That's what, like, with the fingering weight versus the DK weight, it's so much better for that hat. This sock, I've been watching you make it. It's so stinking cute. I love the colors together. Oh, the hat turned out great. Just this colorway with that mohair looks so good. Woo, we sound good. Oops, got you, Bacon. Volume is a lot better. Oh, that's a relief. Pixie Punk. First is the ectoplasm yarn that my friends were fascinated by. They were fascinated by the ectoplasm? This is your hand spun. Oh my God, it looks so great. Yay! I love it. Second is a 3 and Bad Wolf Kids shawl for the first Christmas gift finished for the year, and the third is Larkspur on the spindle. This is gorgeous. Oh my gosh, the colors on this are beautiful. And your spinning looks amazing. Oh, it's so pretty. I might cry a little bit, you guys. I'm so proud. So good. So good. I'm really proud of this. You should be proud of this. This is beautiful and amazing, and I love it. I love that you're making something with it. The ectoplasm spun up is just beautiful. Miss Knit and Craft. Larkspur Ply Ball, my first crochet blanket, and a few Sock Madness socks I've made so far. Oh, the Larkspur Plied Ball. So this is a single ply. She's getting ready to ply it on itself. I love it. It's beautiful. Your singles are so even and tiny. First crocheted blanket is beautiful. It also looks a lot like Larkspur. Not the color itself, but the color tones, like the way they go together. I think you got a blue thing going on right now. Oh, these socks are so pretty. I love this. I love the side design right here. But I like that you have some basic stockinette stitch in between it. I think that's really neat to have on the sides of socks because they get kind of distorted on the sides, I guess is a good way to put it. So having that basic just stockinette that's really smart. I forgot that it's Sock Madness already. I saw these on Instagram too when you were making them, and I'm fascinated by them. I could stare at them all day. And I know you used widow flower for it, I think. They're really pretty. Miss JK, this is the finished king cake t-shirt on my kiddo. In the 4-day spin I finished, and a wee baby turtle out here where we live. So we'll start with the wee baby turtle because he's adorable. I just want to pet him. He's so cute. Then we'll go to the ginormous 4-day spin right here, which is beautiful. I love all the nubbies on it. The phone and the texting are not behaving. Oh no. Oh my goodness. Number one, she got so big. How did that happen? She's so stinking cute. And yeah, her sweater looks adorable on her, and she knows it looks adorable on her. Widowflower and Soot. Ooh, we're going to go back there real quickly. That is beautiful together. Carmen, my first Disco Fibers haul. Yay for Disco Fibers. I'll probably be weaving with many of these. So did you stop by his shop then? It's so cute. I love it. Oh, this color down here is great. Hippo Monkey. Here are the 3 pics I could find of Gonzo. So she felted a Gonzo. I love the blues and the purples. You got the yellow for the eyes. I don't know what you're using for his hair, but it's really cool. His suit is too cute. Oh my God. Ah. It's adorable. He was small. The turtle was smaller than a strawberry. This is so cool. I love the road in the background. Good job. And your little Camilla. You used eyelash yarn for her eyelashes. It's clever. You guys, that is our show and tell, and it was fantastic. We had a little bit of everything in there, which is always lovely. I like to see your guys' stashes. I like to see your finished projects. We got some fiber arts in there, some felting, some spinning. You guys are just amazing. I'm really excited to have back-to-back shows this month that we've got. Well, not this month, but you get what I'm saying. We've got a show this week, and then we've got our not early, but our release party next Friday, and I'm stoked about that. So let me tell you, we are going to be having a ton of shorts this week. We're going to do a countdown to the box set, and I need your guys' help. I need you to share it with people. I need you to promote those, like when they come out, share them with people. Like, look at this. This is exciting. All that jazz. We're really trying to hype this up, you know, and get people to come. I mean, it's nice if they buy it, but I just want them to see it, right? Like I want to celebrate with people. So let's do it. Let's make this a big deal. And I love you guys. You're just amazing. And I'm excited to get to hang out with all of you. And I'm excited for all of you to see how goofy I look in my Henson costume. Tina, it's okay. We'll be back next Friday. I hope you all have a wonderful week. I know a lot of you still have snow. Some of you are finally getting to see spring. So get out there and enjoy it if you can, or get cozy and get your drop spindles out because you can use them. It's okay. I promise. I hope you all have a wonderful week. I hope to see you next Friday at 6 p.m. Pacific time right here when we release all of the gorgeous Henson-inspired yarn for the Fibers, the Dreamers, and You box sets. Until then, my loves, do something fantastic for yourself. And I know TK hates when I say it, and I got to come up with another term, but it works for now. So happy crafting. Good night. Bye. Where's my off button? There's no off. There it is. Nope, that's not it either. Close. Good, right? Oh, I'm going to get killed for that one. I love you guys. Have a nice night.